Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Doug Stanhope.
Thanks. Thanks very much. For public release, on Saturday night, May 25th, while performing in Las Vegas, I made comments and performed material that I now understand to be utterly deplorable and indefensible. It is now a source of great shame and embarrassment, and I want to offer my heartfelt apologies. I'm gutted by my own carelessness and beg you to know, deliver earnestly, this is not who I am. I intend to take the time in the future for great soul searching and hope to come back a more sensitive and insightful human being. I only wish there was some way I could go back in time and erase this whole ugly affair. I like to get ahead of problems. I decided I'm gonna do this whole show backwards, kinda, where I'm gonna open with what I was gonna use as my closer, but my closer I really like, and it's about dead kids, and that makes me happy, and it sets a tone for the entire show. So I go, yeah, let's do it that way. Perks me up in the beginning. And I'll tell you, there used to be, in any given recording or special or whatever the fuck you call them, a large portion, not a large, but a certain percentage of my material was based on cable news, shit I watched on CNN or whatever cable news, and I don't have that anymore because since the election, there's only one fucking subject on cable news anymore, and it's just that one boring fucking story that I don't care about, I have nothing to add to, I never even say his name on stage, just ignore it. It's your fucking problem. You deserve that fucking guy because you're the generation that made this happen. You are responsible for making all these talentless blowhards famous just for being fucking assholes, and now you got one that you called your leader. So fuck you, none of my business, I'll be dead soon. But where it became a deficit to me, I remember right before the election, there was a story about a family at Disney World that was enjoying a vacation and they were having a nice picnic at the end of the day on a fake beach at a fake lake at Disney World with probably a fake sunset too. And the little toddler boy of the family wandered out into the drink just a little bit, and a real alligator sprung out and ate the boy, which the dad probably thought was fake too. After a whole day at Disneyland, there's no surprises for me anymore, a real alligator. Oh, fuck, that's my boy, it's a real alligator. So the dad, he grabbed the boy by the wrists, but by now the alligator has the boy up past the feet, past the waist, and as they say in the business, possession is 9/10 of the law. And that has to be a very emasculating, devastating experience where you have to concede defeat in a tug-of-war with an alligator when your boy is the rope. Like, I can't, fuck. Oh, but you try it, honey. It's a goddamn alligator. The fuck am I supposed to? This whole vacation was your idea. I'm not responsible for I tried my best. And it was like weeks after that story. I remember watching that at 2 in the morning. And then the election happens. And then that's all they talk about. All the cable news. Oh, did you see what he tweeted this week? That contradicts what he tweeted last week. Let's have a panel of 8 eggheads all sit out here and discuss this for an entire hour. Should he apologize? What's your opinion, Brian? Well, you know my opinion because of the network we're on. We all have the same fucking opinion. How many kids being eaten by alligator stories am I missing because of this fucking onion head in office? I have a business to run, people. So now I just get all my news off the internet so I can read the headline, make sure it's not about that guy. I don't know if I fixate on dead kids' stories because of that alligator thing, or if maybe I just have a weird, dark interest in dead kids' stories. But I click on all the dead kids' stories because they're always interesting. They're always tragic, necessarily. I've never read a dead kid's story where at the end I felt justice. You had it coming, you prick. How many times did your dad warn you not to talk on the cell phone in the tub while it's charging? No, they're all tragic, but one of the patterns I've noticed is almost every dead kid's story ends with, and the family has set up a GoFundMe page. For what? I don't know anything about what it's like to lose a child, but if there's one thing I do know, if nothing else, you're making money. A lot of money. Shitloads of money. The littler the kid, the more money you're making, because now all that money you no longer have to spend on the big boy pee pants and the Lunchables and the juice boxes, that's your petty cash coming right back into your pockets. All the Pop Warner gear and the Air Jordans and the tuba lessons, that's your fucking money is racing back into your fat khaki pockets. The orthodontist, he had teeth that came straight out at you. No longer your concern. That's your bank. It's like you're in one of those phone booths on a game show where cash blows all around and you get to snatch as much out of the air as you possibly can. And you're gonna start a GoFundMe page on top of that? You greedy cocksucker, playing on the sympathies of your friends and neighbors. You robber baron, you road agent, you have a little kid that dies, you start a Go Fund Someone Else page and pay it forward. Share the wealth. You have a friend that has a little kid that dies. Jack him up for a loan. That's the day. Day one, before everyone else gets to him. Sorry, as awkward as this seems, Kevin, I heard you won a lottery of sorts. And I don't know if you heard about the predicament I'm in. I'm in a bit of a pickle. My kids are, they're still alive. So it's tough times at the Jenkins household. Hate to show up with my hand out. The fuck do you need a GoFundMe for a dead kid? The only time I've seen it in a story is where it says to help pay for funeral costs, which is another scam altogether. A funeral, you just fucking, It's dead. It doesn't care. Dead things don't give a fuck about all your goings on. And you're gonna get a headstone and a coffin for what? You're gonna buy a cemetery plot for a dead kid? You're gonna buy real estate for a dead thing while you're still renting? Does that make any sense at all? See, a little more energy this time, huh? You have something that you loved that's now dead. That vessel is still sitting there. You donate it to science. That's what you do. You fucking spend money on some nonsense that dead things don't care about. My parents both died, and we donated both of their bodies to science because you can't chuck it in a dumpster. It's illegal for some reason. You donate it to science, and what happens then is you actually help the world. You donate it to science, they show up, they pick up your dead thing, they ship it off free of charge to a medical university where some hungover 19-year-olds are gonna gut open your Aunt Betty and start flipping around her internal organs like it's a Benihana and chase each other around with your mom's pancreas. Quit it! Quit it! I'm gonna hurl. Still drunk. Get it out. But maybe one of those kids is actually paying attention, and somehow your donated dead thing will. He finds a cure for something, for some disease or malady that actually helps society from your donation rather than you just being some weird corpse hoarder, and then you did a good thing for the world. That kid's Asian, by the way. I know they say that there's no heartache worse than having to bury your own child, and I have to give that to you. I wouldn't know. I've never been in that position and never put myself at that kind of disadvantage by having one. But if that is true, that that's the worst heartache, that proves my point that there's a huge difference between a child and a fetus. Because I never had to bury my own child, but did have to pony up for an abortion when it was my turn to grab the check. And heartache with an abortion? I could have watched live footage of that abortion on closed circuit TV while eating spaghetti and still gotten distracted and started checking my tweets. The only heartache you'll ever feel with an abortion is if you chug the champagne too quickly afterwards. And if you started a GoFundMe page for an abortion, I would kick in a few dollars and retweet that to my Twitter followers, because that is an effort worth investing in for the planet. Had to get that out. That bit, it's important. It's Dead Kids season, Memorial Day weekend. Kicks off Dead Kids season. You're gonna get back from Vegas, the sun's coming out, whatever shithole you live in, and you're gonna peel the tarp off of that above ground pool. You're gonna start pouring the sangrias a little too heavy and a little too long. And I didn't think I was that drunk, but you stopped watching the gate, and then all of a sudden, little Kelsey is now bobbing around, a little blue bobber that afternoon, right beside the pool noodles and gonna fire up the jet ski and zip Sarah around the lake. And you didn't think you were that drunk, and now she's all wrapped up in the propeller. Maybe that Asian student that was paying attention could figure out Nerf propellers if you donate her to science. I don't know where you guys are from, and I don't give a fuck. But wherever you're going back to, I'm sure I'm booked there eventually. Whatever horrible. It's so weird to be filming this at the Plaza because I have been coming here by choice since before I even did comedy. This is my place. This is my old school Vegas place. And fucking Oscar's Steakhouse and even the worst parts of it. I have to go, that's the reason I come here. It's vintage fucking Vegas. I don't get to normally play any place that I want to be or you want to be at the same time. I usually have to play where you live and you're stuck, and then I'm stuck there with you, playing in some fucking mall, in some hideous city. I ate at an Outback Steakhouse last week, in a fucking mall. And there was people there, like, are you a comic too? Because unless you're stuck and that's the only thing walking distance, why would you be in here? Outback Steakhouse couldn't be less authentic if Jim Jeffries was your waiter. Sorry, Jim. I had to do it. But that's what I do for a living. I come visit you in fucking horrible places, and then I'm stuck there for at least a day, usually at an airport hotel, some mid-range, like 2.5 star, beige-ish, brownish, salmon-colored inn. It's always an inn, like a Days Inn or a Comfort Inn or a Quality Inn, and they're all in a fucking row, and you walk in and it's full of mid-range 2.5 star folks doing dumb shit. Oh, it's a Dance Moms competition this weekend. And there's a bunch of kids in ballerina outfits and fucking, I'm using my roller bag as a cane, coming in shit-faced, and there's kids pressing every button on the elevator because their parents can't afford Six Flags, so this is a thrill ride for the kid to go up and down, and you go, don't hit the kid, don't hit the kid. It's not your kid. If you had your own kid, you could beat your kid in effigy of that kid, but it's not your kid, so don't hit the kid. Talk to the businessman with the fucking lanyard. There's an old conventioneer business fuck. You look like Mitch McConnell and you have really bad small talk, but a very large lanyard. They wear big lanyards around there. Northeast Arkansas Assembly of Special Needs Educators. Well, you need a fucking backstage pass that size to get into that 8:30 a.m. TED Talk? Are you kidding? I stole a croissant off your table in front of that fucking banquet room, and I didn't need a pass. I just stole the fucking thing. Think you're so important? You wake up in the morning and you're fighting old people for some humid lobby waffle in the morning before they shut it down. And then I go to the show after a day of reading tweets from you fucking animals. Pre-gaming for the Doug Stanhope show tonight in Des Moines, and it's a picture of you drinking wild turkey at 10 in the morning. Oh, you're gonna be a treasure to deal with at fucking 9:30 at night. And then it's just a fist fight, shut the fuck up, yelling at you, and I get back to my beige-brown, salmon-colored hotel, and the final insult is you get to your room and your key card motherfucker, red light, red light, red light, you fuck, red, green light, oh, no, goddamn it. And then I stomp back like a giant baby down to the front desk, you motherfuckers. And I just explode all of this shit all over some night auditor. My key card doesn't work again. Big fucking screaming baby. I'm sorry, sir, did you have it near your cell phone or your credit card at any point? Probably. Yeah, everyone's got cell phones and credit cards everywhere. And what do you mean by near my cell phone or credit card? If it's here, is that near that? And what's the radius? And you know what? My cell phone and my credit cards still work. So what the fuck is wrong with your key card? Sir, if you just calm down, I'm trying to help you. What's your name and your room number? Stanhope, 217. Clack, 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 clack. Sir, I'm sorry, there's no one by that name in this hotel. Look at the key card, you motherfucking Hampton Inn. It's next door. You all look the same. Fuck you. I am not apologizing. You all look the goddamn same. I prefer a one-star hotel. I really do. I'm more comfortable. A one-star motel. The old school Motor Lodge. You know, the like Route 66 shit, the U-shaped, one story. You just bag, it's got a pool in the middle of the driveway that's no longer a pool. It's full of cement and some old police tape around it. And you just back your van this close to the motel room door and you just hurl your shit inside. You don't have to interact with people. Just leave me the fuck alone. I look for my lodging based on the one-star review. Because a one-star review will tell you things that you're secretly looking for that the proprietor could not openly promote. One star. I didn't get a wink sleep in this place because it's attached to a dive bar that's open until 4 o'clock in the morning. Complete purchase now. This is no place for children. No place is a place for children, except maybe a cat carrier in a storage unit. That'd be fine. I think they were running prostitutes out of the room next door. One star. The entire place reeked of stale cigarette smoke. Oddly, that's my cologne. I wear it daily. And if it already stinks like that, I don't have to worry about that bullshit $250 cleaning fee if you smoke in the room, initial here. Oh, don't worry, lady, I will be smoking in that room. But it'll be fine, because when I get home from that fucking ugly show, I'm gonna put a wet towel under the door, I'm gonna chain smoke cigarettes while I ignore missed calls from friends that I don't keep in touch with anymore and fucking regret my life. And in the morning, I'm gonna check out a bit early, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stuff a giant rotted catfish into your microwave unit, and I'm gonna set that for about 45 minutes. And I'm gonna shuffle off to breakfast. And while that beast of burden slowly explodes and blisters and bleeds and burns onto the walls of that microwave unit, I'll be dining comfortably in the knowledge that you're never gonna be able to smell cigarettes in that room again. We'll all be just fine. And before you ask, well, where do you get a giant dead rotted catfish every night on the road? It's in my rider. I don't ask for a lot. I'll eat the green M&Ms. I just want some plastic jug vodka, some Muddy Bears, and a giant rotted dead catfish and or carp. Because I'm not picky. I'm not a brand whore. Except for the Muddy Bears. Gay cousin Eric came on the road with us once. And, hey, gay cousin Eric, you get a fan out there somewhere. He was turning 21, and he thought it would be exciting to do a tour for a week on the road with us. Because he had I don't know what you even imagine the road is like, but it's not that. Like, if you have, like, no. But gay cousin Eric is 21, and he thought it's all gonna be like, you know, strippers and after parties and fucking penthouse suites and plates of blow in the green room. And Eric, we don't even have a green room half the time when we're playing the middle of this pig country. A lot of times we're just sitting in the van at the fire exit in a back alley of some fucking gin joint roadhouse place, staring at our shoes. That's what we do on the road. We stare at our fucking shoes, yell at people, get back in the van. After about 3 days of dead silence, no one talks in the van, you wake up, you get in, stare at your shoes. Greg Chaley will put on a podcast of a comedian that you hate so you can silently judge him as you sweat out alcoholic remorse. And gay cousin Eric's all happy. Oh, we're going to Chicago. Can we go to Wrigley Field? Do you think that we could go to the Blues Hall of Fame? And I go, no, we don't do things. And I remember that Chicago gig, we were staying on the outer loop of Chicago in one of these jalopy motels. And it's like 5:30 at night. Still no one's talking. We're eating some gas station pizza. Nothing. We're not hungry. It's just at that hour you have to throw some kind of wet, doughy substance down your neck just to slow up the flow of the alcohol that's about to be dumped your way at showtime as a prophylactic measure. It's the same way you would sandbag before a flood. It's not aesthetics, it's for safety. So we're jamming pizza in our head quietly, and gay cousin Eric, it was one of those moments where I just saw the exact moment where all his hopes and ambitions for this fun on this tour just dropped out of his face. Like his face fell. You know when like you do hallucinogens with a buddy and you can have an entire dialogue with just one glance, just one look on your face, you've spoken volumes. You just like... and you know every single thing that you're... But this was the opposite with Eric because it was a negative, where I just saw him look up at me like... It's that subtle, but I know what he meant. And it's not gonna get better, Eric. Keep in mind, Eric, gay cousin Eric was not my cousin. He's at that time, he was my brother's then wife's, now ex-wife, but her nephew, not even close to related. He's not even really gay. We called him gay cousin Eric to hide the fact that he was Jewish. That was the running joke. So I'm not really invested in how much of a good time Eric is or is not having, but at that moment he had pizza sauce on his face and he just reached down and grabbed a hand towel off the carpet. And my reflexes were not quick enough to stop this from happening. So in slow motion, I'm going, oh, no! Whoa! No, Eric, no! Eric, you never used the face cloth that's underneath the laptop in a comedian's motel room. Oh, you're gay now, cousin Eric. Oh, you are so gay now. I bet there's a 1-star review about that motel from gay cousin Eric now. The linens were really crusty. Exfoliating, but I would guess at this point, probably 3/4 of the email I get are survey spam, basically. Like everything you buy, every fucking service you get, somehow they have my email address and they want to know, hey, how about some feedback? You got your oil changed. To give us some feedback. The cable guy came to your house, and how was your experience? And fucking every Amazon purchase you make, right? Take a few minutes and write a review. Well, I buy way too much shit from Amazon to take a few minutes every fucking purchase. Like cocktail straws, here. These. Plastic cocktail straws, because they're disappearing, so I'm stockpiling them. They're replacing them with fucking bamboo paper shit. No, I'm not gonna disrespect a cocktail with some fucking paper straw that's just gonna flatten out. So I buy these, like $1.99 for 1,000 from China with no shipping charge. I don't know how that's humanly possible to send me 1,000. But then you get repeated fucking Amazon spam. Hey, tell us about your purchase. Share with our customers your review of fucking plastic cocktail straws. Really? How could I really make that interesting? I'm gonna take it, and when you don't, they go, you must have forgot. I didn't forget. I said, fuck you, no. I'm not a cocktail straw reviewer. How desperate is everybody for some review, pat on the back, star? It's like if you were getting your dick sucked. I'm getting my cock sucked, and every stroke, they stop. They go, oh, is that okay? Is that all right? Oh. If there's anything you want me to do different, tell me. I'm open to suggestions. Would you recommend it to a friend? On a scale from 1 to 5, 5 being the best, very satisfied, somewhat satisfied, dissatisfied. And I'm just laying back there going, sir, if I didn't like it, I would have shown you to the door. Just fucking man up and finish the job. If I have some beef with a big corporation, I'm not gonna waste that grievance in an email. I am gonna call the 800 number old school, because I want the human connection where I can hear the tears on the other end of the phone when I bellow at them because I wake up hating myself and want to blame the rest of the world. And I use that as an outlet. And I don't target Indian call centers. It's just they're the ones invariably who answer the phone anymore. When you're angry at a corporation and you want to give them shit, they transfer all the shit calls to some poor fucking India, and I don't want to rain on their already dreary parade. But even when I try not to, they fuck it up just in the greeting. When she says, "Thank you for calling DirecTV. My name is Madison. How may I help you?" I go, "No, it's not. Your name's not Madison. Nobody in Mumbai, India is named Madison. I haven't even opened my mouth and you've already lied to me on the phone. Tell me your real fucking name. I am a long-term goddamn customer. I have 19 DirecTV boxes so I can get every game at my house because I have to buy my friends, and I deserve more respect than for you to open a phone call lying to my fucking face. Tell me your real goddamn name. Just on the, I don't even remember the reason I called to begin with. Now it's just give me your fucking real name on principle. And when the anger tactic doesn't get the results I'm looking for, then I come in soft, good cop, bad cop. Hey, Maddie, listen, I know the game. I understand the racket. You live in a poor country, it's hard to feed your family. Yeah, you had to take this shit job at a call center to make ends meet. Your own name is unpronounceable in the English language. They made you pick a stripper name out of a training manual. I get it. You picked Madison. There's nothing wrong with that. But Maddie, I'm not a customer right now. Right now, I'm your friend. We're two human beings sharing one honest moment on a telephone line, so be my friend and be honest with me. What's your real name? My name is Madison. You're a fucking lying pig! How fucking dare you! I know where you live. I'm a goddamn American. I'll have your village bombed. Send in the drones. The call invariably ends with, I hope you get gang raped. No, because I want her to know that I have some insight into her culture. Because that's how they do in the India. That's a thing. It's what they have to deal with. Indian men gang rape. It's sad and it's savage, and because Indian men are not strong enough to rape by themselves. It's physiology or sociology. It's fucking science. You get your GED and come debate me, but it's true. Indian men don't have the upper body strength to pin and submit. Did you ever see a Indian dude in the UFC? No, you never will. Unless he's a ring girl. That's why they created their god Vishnu with so many arms to represent what it would take for even their god to be able to take a lady down alone. I don't take this the wrong way. I'm saying Indian men are basically the women of men in that they, like if there were no women, Indian men would be the ones that you'd want to make the love at. Hopefully. Like on a good day. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna get drunk and slum it with a hipster, but you're gonna be imagining him as an Indian man underneath you because Indian men are the most beautiful, polite, accommodating, docile, supple of men. They have that sick, silky, thick black hair, just dense everywhere. Their whole head, their whole one eyebrow, their back, soles of their feet. Legend has it, hair as thick as their head, like a slipper on the bottom of their feet, skating on sunshine. Indian men are the most attractive of men, not to women. Hence the rape problem with their gang raping. But I'm a dreamer. I'm an idealist. I like to believe in a world where everyone lives on a level playing field, where everybody's equal, where an Indian man could at least believe in himself enough and have the courage to at least try to rape solo. He couldn't do it. Like, don't panic. You know, Indian guy tried to rape you all by himself in a dark parking lot. You would just laugh like you're laughing now and put your hand on his forehead, like when your 4-year-old nephew tries to swing punches at you, and you just hold him out of arm's reach till he tuckers himself out. He gets all tired, and then you laugh and you go back to Easter dinner, and everyone has a fine time. But at least that guy had enough self-esteem to make the attempt. A community lifted him up enough to have this self-confidence to try, because nobody ever wants to die thinking, what if? Like, at least he put it out there. And I'll be honest, I don't know if this bit has a point. But if there is a point, it's this: is it wrong to use racism to try to stop gang rape? And that's a question for you to answer individually. Don't shoot the messenger. I put that on you, and you have to make the decision which is right and which is wrong, and either answer you come up with, you're a fucking asshole. You're either a vulgar racist or you're a gang rape apologist. Either way, you sicken me. Can't believe I performed for you people. Hey, this got full. On the night of Saturday, May 25th, I made wildly inappropriate stereotypes regarding Indian men that I thought were said in confidence. I hadn't noticed the cameras, the microphone, and the giant shrieking audience. Yet still, this does not excuse me promoting such a myopic denigration of a country wonderfully rich in heritage and humanity. I hope this apology will usher in a new era of understanding and open a dialogue that allows all of us to grow. And rape jokes are never funny. You cannot make jokes about rape because at least in rape culture, rape jokes are never funny. That's the thing. If you're a new comic in here and you're dealing with all that fucking bullshit, just ride it out. It's always gonna be something. I've been doing this since 1990, and there's always a topic that everyone decides now you can't. When I started in Vegas in 1990 at the dive bar, thank you. Yeah, back in 1990 when I started open mics, it was AIDS jokes. Oh my God, if you ever mentioned AIDS on stage, no, there's no funny thing. It's just awful, and how dare you, you're contemptible. And then a decade later, 9/11 jokes. You cannot mention 9/11 unless you're doing some bogus, let's take a moment and a pause for the first responders because it's a difficult time we're going through. Yeah, it was that then. Look at those two subjects now. Fucking hilarious. Write it out. If you bundled all three of those topics and you had the premise of like rogue aides on airplanes flying into the Twin Towers without their consent. Like, just the premise gets a laugh, without even a punchline. Let it go. It's always gonna be something, and someone's gonna always be fucking upset. And I feel like I lost a lot of street cred with my people for not being outed in the whole Me Too movement. I think a lot of people were expecting that and let down when it never happened. And it's not like I don't have my stories. I've Me Too'd it up. Yeah, that was me first. I tried to start that hashtag when I was doing it about me. Me first. For the record, I was never in the rape-happy deep end of that ugly part of the Me Too swimming pool with Harvey Weinstein, but in the shallow end, in the kiddie pool part, pull your dick out in front of people? How many people haven't seen my dick at this point? Half my career, that would be a go-to thing if I couldn't remember my next bit on stage. I'd just pull my dick out. Hey, take a Polaroid picture with the Jägermeister girls and $5. Yeah, I'm pulling my dick out. I pull my dick out all the time. I pulled my dick out in front of Louis C.K., and there's a picture of it in my book. I predate the predators. And unlike Louis C.K., I didn't ask him permission politely first. Just pulled my dick up for a picture. I can't get Me Too'd. I had a friend of mine, a comedian named Alicia Wood, that tried to Me Too me last year on Twitter with a story that only made me think, oh, fuck, that story should be in my act. I forgot all about it. She just reminded me of a hilarious story that I banked away somewhere in some dead gray synapse. Then I called her up and I go, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that story needs to be written long form. You can't, there's so much meat to that story now that I'm remembering it. You can't put that in a tweet. So I'm helping her write and edit my own Me Too me story because it's fucking funny and she's wasting it. The story is early 2000s probably. We're playing a comedy club, Looney's in Colorado Springs, and after the show, some guys wanted a picture with me, and back then, again, pull my dick out was a regular thing for me. Back then, that was CD days, where you'd have a CD you sold after a show for $5 for gas money. And people would say, hey, will you sign it? And I go, oh, I don't have a catchphrase like get her done or nanu nanu or something. So I just occasionally pull my dick out and trace my shrunken dick on the insert and then sign over it because I had plenty of room for both. And it was a different day and age. It's not like the current climate, which I hate that. The current climate, you know what? When you never leave your house, the current climate is wherever you set the thermostat when you left last. So these guys, they want a picture, and I go, okay, let's all drop trow for the picture. Standing in the lobby of a comedy club with our dicks out. It was funny. The guy next to me, we called him Fester afterwards because he looked like Uncle Fester. He's a kid, a little bald-headed fire plug of a dude. He pulled his pants down, and he had micro penis, which is what it's called, the medical condition. Like real micro penis, not, oh, looks like it's cold out, huh? Wah, ha, ha. No, he had like a half a thumbnail, like a carbuncle. He had like just no dick. But he pulled his pants down with such heroics and aplomb and careless, reckless abandon. That's what it is. reckless abandon. Pause for edit, because that's what I wanted to say all weekend. He pulled his pants down with such reckless abandon to show off the smallest penis in the world that we immediately fell in love with this guy. Like, you are the fucking gutsiest, beautiful, fucking strong human being. We befriended him and we took him out with us and we brought him to all the bars and got him hammered. And then he ends up back at the comedy condo, which is, you know, a apartment where they put up 3 comics, 3 bedrooms, and we got more drunk there. And at some point, it was my idea to do blindfold hand job. And I said, Fester, this is what we're gonna do is we're gonna blindfold you as me and my buddy Ben and a waitress that was a drunkard and a player and a fucking regular solid folk. And I said, we're gonna blindfold you and you have to guess which one of the 3 of us is giving you a hand job. And I know she's gonna do it. We made the eye contact, she's in. But even if she bailed out, I would have done it. Because his penis was so small as to be non-threatening to a level where you would touch it anyway as a curiosity. So I blindfold Fester with my bathrobe tie, and she unzips his pants, and Ben and I hide around the corner a little bit because we don't want to laugh and give away who's giving him a hand job, but she gives it away right away because she starts giving him the best dirty talk you porn hand job. She's like, oh, I can't wait to see this cock come for me. It's fucking beautiful. Oh, God. This is so hot. I want to see your cum drip all over my... And Ben and I are both leaning in with half boners, wishing we had micro penis, because this is the best hand job ever. And the only thing I noticed that was missing was she needed a lube. So I tiptoe across the carpet of the living room, get to the kitchen, and I grab some Palmolive dish soap, which, not a sponsor yet. But when this story comes out, I'm sure we'll be flooded with money. I rain Palmolive all over this little dick hand job. And then I get a little carried away, and I thought, what other condiments can I put into this? He's blindfolded, so I opened the refrigerator, and I, mustard, that's too cruel. I found crumbled goat cheese, and I sprinkle a good amount of that into the hand job. And then I run back over with Ben, still trying not to laugh and ruin his experience. And the part that I hadn't remembered was Alicia Wood. She was there, she was the opening act, sleeping like a baby in the 3rd bedroom, so evidently I went and I woke her up. You gotta get up, you're missing it. Just get out here. What the fuck, what do you want? Just come down the hall and watch. What is micro penis goat cheese dish soap hand job? What? It's micro penis dish soap goat cheese. Just come here and look. Look. She's like, what? Oh, fuck, what? The fuck is that? It's my tiny dick. It's good. She's like, just fuck off. And she went back to bed, and then fucking 18 years later, tried to Me Too that story in a tweet and said it made her feel uncomfortable. What? It's a fucking hilarious thing. Like, if I was a new comic on the road and I got taken out, I'm actually doing this as a professional now, and I get to be in a comedy condo, And all the other comics are witnessing goat cheese, micropenis, dish soap, hand job, and you didn't wake me up for that? I would take that as a strong signal that I'm not welcome in the group. Why would you fucking leave me out like some Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Wake me up! You're uncomfortable. Imagine that kid's mom having to do his laundry the next day. She's uncomfortable. What are you? You're uncomfortable? What are you, fucking lactose intolerant? And now goat cheese is a trigger for your... You don't like sudsy hand jobs with your choice of toppings? What the fuck? Fester had a better Me Too story in that than she did. She just looked around a corner. That kid was coerced by a powerful man that he respected and looked up to, and was coerced into receiving a hand job he may or may not have wanted. I think there's a lot of crossover in the Me Too movement where a lot of the people that you are trying to out and shame and say fuck off, there's a good cross-section are the same people that I am afraid of. The fucking douchebag Saturday Night Last Call fucking asshole Jocko bro dudes. When they can't fuck you, they want to fight me. That you're, hey lady, nice tits. I get, what are you looking at, faggot? It's the same guys. There's a big cross-section of that. Yet I'm still expected to fight that guy. He calls you faggot, why don't you just punch him in the face? Hey, he said you had nice tits, why didn't you just suck his dick? No, hey, that's what he wants. I don't want to fight him and you don't want to suck his dick. But it's the same douchebag, but I don't get to ride your hashtag. Fucking weak dude gets nothing. We'll learn to fight. It says learn to suck dick. Fucking learn to fight. I can't fight. Would you call me? Stupid. Rape is not a crime of sex. It's a crime of violence. You know what? So is violence a crime of violence. Where's my fucking hashtag protection? I walk into a bar, I get my head stoved in because I walk into a Raiders bar wearing a Broncos jersey and everyone says I was asking for it by the way I was dressed. Just saying, equal protection. I don't even go out. I only go out like after shows when it's with you, where I go, oh, I got people here. I don't go out. People scare the fuck out of me. They're awful. We were in Indianapolis. We're going through a car wash, because that's one of the fun things you can do as a tourist in Indiana. Just go through a car wash when it's not even your car. It was a fucking rental car. You're washing other people's shit, because it's the worst state of the 50, and we get into the car wash. It's just me and Greg Chaley, my tour manager, and it's a huge line that we get stuck in, but I needed a haircut. So I spot a barber shop across the strip mall parking lot. I bet Greg Chaley $20 that I could get my hair cut before he can get through this interminable line in a car wash, because that's another fun thing you can do as a tourist in Indiana, is just bet $20 on any stupid thing, and hopefully the wager makes it exciting. How many plates do you think that fat fuck's gonna eat at the Golden Corral? I'll give you over under 5.5. Not counting the chocolate waterfall, because he'll probably just stick his tongue in there and not even use a plate on his way out. So I race as fast as an old fat smoker can race across the parking lot to the barber shop. Fuck you, Chaley, I'll beat you this time. And I get to the barber shop door and I whip it open, and ooh, it's really crowded. And it's a barber shop. Like those movies. It's a very urban audience. It's ethnic crowd. The defensive line in football. Your Atlanta-based flight crew. The New Zealand rugby team. However you say, the All Blacks. There's a fucking sea of black dudes staring right back at me. And I held this position for far too long. It's frozen. I don't know what my play is at this point. They don't seem to want me here. I still don't know what I should have done at that point, but I know what I did. I kind of ran. Like a little bit. Like I acted like I opened the wrong business door in the strip mall. I'm looking for something else. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for the bridal shop next door. I'm getting married in the morning. Thanks for having me. Sorry, wrong. My bad. Because my first thought was, there's no way I'm gonna win the bet with Chaley now, because those places mobbed, every stool is full, there's 11 other guys on the back wall waiting in line. I can't win. My second thought, which is my first thought and every other thought I had, I'm terrified by a room full of black dudes staring hard at me. Because I've been a human being for over a half a century, and one thing I've noticed about the human condition is most people are ugly, angry, fucking scary animals, and if you're confronted with a group of any type of the same types of human being and you're the one guy different, maybe a good time to kind of run. If I opened that door and it was a room full of Hell's Angels or snake-handling evangelicals, I wouldn't have stopped and gone, oh, wait, they're all white. They'll love me. No, you get the fuck out of there. If it was a room full of Indian men, cup your asshole and run anywhere but to public transit, because that's where they get you, according to the news reports. So I get about halfway across the parking lot, and this old barber comes out, and he looks like Morgan Freeman, and he's smiling with every tooth in his mouth I could see from a distance, because he's so happy. He saw right through my bullshit. He knows exactly what was going through my mind. And he was, hey, man, where you going? Oh, they're gonna fuck with me. I see where this is going. And I wander back over and I mumble some excuse about my friends in the car wash, and I know there's a lot of people in line and I don't have time to wait. And he goes, oh no, there's no wait. I'll take you right now. And he walks me back in like I'm a child that just got caught running away from summer camp. And I get in, and there was no wait, because all those guys on the back wall, they're just hanging out in a fucking barber shop. They're not there to get their hair cut, just fucking watching TV and shit. That's what they do. I thought that was an urban myth, all pun intended. But no, they actually just fucking hang out like it's a bar. And I walk in, and at this point, I am visibly trembling because I'm sober. It's early in the day. I want to explain that to everybody in there. Oh, this has nothing to do with the color of your skin. I'm a long-term alcoholic. This is what 2:30 in the afternoon looks like every day of my life. You don't get credit for the booze shakes. That's mine. Don't explain anything. Just shut up and sit down and get your hair cut. Be polite. And he sits me in the barber stool and spins me to the mirror. And around the mirror, just like your mom's beauty parlor, they have photographs of all the different hairstyles that are available to me today. And I can't find any that are appropriate for my head. They're gonna carve a dollar bill symbol into the side of my skull, and I'm just gonna sit here and take it. They're gonna put a LA Clippers logo on the back of my balded pate, and I'm just gonna smile and say thanks. Shut up, get your hair cut, be polite, over tip, which in that environment means tip whatsoever. And get the fuck out. And it was the best haircut experience I've ever had in my life. Some fucking old dude like me, a lot of times I've noticed, I was suited up, thankfully. And when you're wearing a fucking over-the-top, grotesquely loud suit and you have your shit together, a black guy will fucking notice that. And fucking, yes, when your socks match your tie, brother, man, that's fucking sharp. And he did it, he was an old guy, so he did all my old crazy eyebrows and my ear hairs, and he hot toweled me. I begged off when I was offered the straight razor shave, only because he's an old dude like me, and I don't know how much he drinks every night, and I don't know how stable his hands are. So I walked at that point. But would I go back? Fuck no. Not unless they move out of Indiana. It's the worst fucking state in the world. I should never have to play there again. I'd rather have fucking ear hair than have to play Indiana again. It's their turn to fucking move. I'd like to stop right now and point out I am not racist. And I only say that not because I give a shit if you're offended. I say that because I worry that a lot of you might be racist. And I need you to know I'm not your friend. If you can't read context into these bits or tone or intent, it's not my fault. They say that. You know what? Jokes have circumstances, words hurt. You might think that they're just jokes, but it's how other people interpret them. And if they interpret them wrong, well, if they interpret them wrong, then fucking yell at them. Don't give me shit. Don't, just because you guys don't get it and you fuck up my comedy, yell at them. Them too. Hashtag them too. Stupid idiots that don't get it. I am not racist, but that doesn't mean there's other people I don't hate for just as stupid a reason. Just race isn't one of them. I have my own isms. Sometimes there's types of people that just fuck you off. And it's just as dumb as any other, but you can't help it. It's an internal hate. You just shut the fuck up and be polite. I am an ageist. That is my big ism. I am disgusted by graphically elderly people. They gross me out so much, I can't be around them. I don't know why you bring them out in public. I'm talking like gross elderly, like not cute Keith Richards is still alive or Betty White or something. Functional elderly. I'm talking about the gross things that you bring out of a home, like Kirk Douglas kind of gross. And you bring them into public. I'm just trying to eat brunch at a Perkins on a Sunday morning, the hangover, and then I see the van pull up, and you're bringing out your fucking old thing, kinfolk under each chicken wing. One more step, Berthenia. There you go, there you go, there you go. Now your other foot. Good, good. The tongue is darting in and out of their mouth. It's called tardive dyskinesia, when they can no longer control their mouth and the tongue just it darts in and out like whack-a-mole. It's all coated like they've been licking cheese or chalk in a rec room somewhere where their family abandoned them. Oh, you're almost to the door, Berthina. You're doing so good. Here we go. And they're gonna sit that fucking thing next to me. I guarantee it. Their skin is all dried and blanched like rice paper with big purple splotches underneath it. You know, if you accidentally drug an angry hangnail across that, it would bleed sausage. Just pour out a... Yeah, here we go. We're almost to the table. Yeah, it's fucking right next to me. Their eyes don't work anymore, but the pockets underneath, the big pink pockets, are full of fluid like an infinity pool. They're full to the top. You know, if you stuck one finger in the lower lid, all that liquid would just pour down their face like ocular bukkake. It's sitting next to me. They got scabs that were never a cut. There used to be a sunspot, and now it's some thick pepperoni dried and curling up off their scalp. And I'm trying to eat undercooked eggs Benedict right next to this. Going, oh, for fuck's sake, I'll take it to go. Yeah, it's a horrible fucking way to feel about people, but it's honest, you don't say it. I think ageism is the worst ism to have when you're aware of it. Like, being an ageist on that level is like if you were a racist who's very aware that you're rapidly turning black yourself. And somehow you still can't quell the hate. Ridiculing old fucks who are unable to defend themselves is punching down, and certainly something I would never do. I was taken out of context. I was on Ambien. Russians hacked my teleprompter. That's just not funny. It's out of context with all of my standards and morals. There's some issues that you just never make fun. You shouldn't make fun. I love... Just the idea that the expression making fun could ever be a negative. You shouldn't make fun. What? I'm sorry, did I take some subjects that are ugly and dark and soul-lacerating, painful, shitty, maybe unavoidable in life kind of stuff, and I made it fun? What a dick I must be. I can't believe just for attempting that Herculean feat of making awful shit fun. This is what you have to do in life, is try to make fun. If you know how life works, it starts out where you're born into being fed a hard diet of lies and fantasies and fabrications, And then that just turns into a series of disappointments as you start to figure out everything you know is wrong, and then you get to live in the failures one after another, and tragedies that are just waiting in the bushes to jump out and bite you in the fucking thigh. And then at best it ends with you on a cold slab in a medical university with hungover teenagers throwing around your internal organs, waving your fucking dead wang at each other and laughing. And that's the best that can happen. So in the meantime, you better try to make that shit fun. We had a friend and a fan that died. Laura Kimball was her name. And she was the best version of the word fan, and I'm dedicating this special to her because if there's one thing that she loved more than comedy, it was empty gestures. So I'm gonna dedicate this to her. She had a perfect life. She was 42, husband making bank in Silicon Valley. She's beautiful with two beautiful little toe-headed Bart and Lisa Simpson kind of kids, gated community, all the shit. So she could come out to all of our shows. Anytime we're up and down the West Coast, she sat in the Laura Kimball chair, that side of front row. And she called me up. She said, I just got diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma. It spread to my brain. And they're giving me 6 months to live on the outside, and I don't know what to do. And I said, well, I'm playing San Jose in a month, so try to hang out that long, and then we'll come goof around. Well, I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not gonna give her, what other advice am I gonna give her? A new fucking Eastern treatment? No, I'll be there. Don't die till I get to San Jose. And she showed up in the chair. She looked really good. I had written a whole pocket full of ha-ha, you're gonna die of brain cancer type of jokes just to fuck with her and roast her a little bit, because that's what she'd want. That's what she would expect. And we had a great night. And 2 months later, I'm playing Santa Cruz just down the street, basically, and there she is again with no warning. And she looked a little worse for the wear, but still pretty good. Now I'm out of ha-ha, you're gonna die of brain cancer jokes. I had no preparation, so I'm trying to riff off the top of my head. Ha-ha, Laura, the brain cancer, until I go back into my same old boring act that she's heard over and over. This continues for months. She lived 13 months, and every few months, she'd just show up at my show, hearing the same fucking act. At one point, I leaned into her and I go, Laura, would you please fucking die? You're ruining my comedy. It's so hard to fucking say the same material when you're sitting there and I know you've heard it. And that night I said to her, I said, how am I gonna know when you're dead? Because we don't have any mutual friends. I just know you from all these shows from the years, and you can't tweet me from hell, which is where you're going. And she said, I gave my husband, Paul, your number. Take down his number. He's gonna call you when the inevitable happens. So I put Paul Kimball into my phone under warning, warning, major buzzkill, do not answer, bad news only. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say to this guy. So when I got the call from her husband, I decided I'm just gonna talk to him the same way you talk to any one of your drinking buddies who just got dumped by some short-term Tinder skank or something. And I just talk to him. I go, hey, what's up? How's it going? Oh, she's dead? Yeah, fuck her anyway, dude. Fuck her. You don't need that shit. You can do way better than her. What are you kidding? Fucking be a bitch about this. Let's get back out there. Come on. Nobody even liked her. Cry about this. Let's go to Vegas and hit some titty bars and bang some 12-ounce curls. And we're gonna change your Facebook status to player. Don't be a fucking whining bitch about this. And he laughed, which was a pretty big gamble. It was a pretty big roll of the dice to take that tact. But that's what you have to do. When life gets its ugliest, it's your responsibility to dig into the muck and try to make fun. And if they don't laugh, you just cut them out of your social circle. It's that simple. Get rid of them. Life is too short to hang around with people who don't get the goof. Fuck them. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming out. I'll be out there in the casino at some point. Before you talk to me or ask me for a picture if I'm gambling, see the look on my face to see if I'm losing or not. Good night.